I'm Peter Dizozza. Hello, you said. I hope to work with Mushroom Head, which is a continuation of nature projects that I began with a sort of vision quest called Paradise Found. So arising out of Milton, and that maybe the snake is going to get them back to paradise. How else would they get back? The vision quest progressed into something called Float, which studied the four elements, and that there were four families: the farmers, the flyers, the floaters, and the flames. And they basically lived on a ship. From there we went to, one of them actually became very bright as a flame, a bulb that burst, but I was thinking of more of a very hot, light bulb. It became Bulb, the story of the rejuvenating plants and how in desperation the onions or other bulbs will get send out a flower. And then that gets into flowers of, apparently bamboo puts out flowers. We have honey from the different flowers, but the rejuvenation of the bulbs, they could send out bulblets, and so this sort of story, they were all personified. And now with this next, the project, tunnel from Suez to Candlewood, it became a specific place. I don't know if anybody knows about a man-made lake in Connecticut, but there's a lot of nature that's taken on for the 100 years that it's there as an electric, like battery releasing energy to through the water. It's a place where they would maybe build a tunnel to connect two properties, the Suez Canal with Candlewood Lake, and that resulted in these these people coming to the United States because they own the lake and they want to build. They become acquainted with amphibians who live in the lake. So the amphibians leave them in the tunnel that they have built for the bootleggers in Skeleton Island. These people who are in the tunnel are dying because their synthetic lungs no longer work. That you need much more oxygen, like 1.2 liters of oxygen per hour. It's a minute per minute. So they malfunction, the synthetic lungs didn't work, and they're dying, but that's where the mushrooms come and save them. They actually inhibit the lungs, and they allow them in this mushy room to come out with this sort of green penicillin mold. They've transformed, but they're alive and they should be dead, but they're sort of beholden to the mushrooms. And in fact, at some point they poop, and then these mushrooms come rise from the poop, and they begin speaking with them. So there'll be actual characters in the story Mushroom Head, where they're giving themselves over to whatever the will, because they don't want to fight with the things that are in their body, and they're willing to accept that 50% of the body is virus or bacteria or a fungus. That these things live in our bodies. So they are keeping that balance, and I think that is a balance that exists in us that we don't, and when we weaken, it's when the other part takes over, so then it gets into a question of the religion, are we, beholden to God, or are we actually beholden to nature, and that we accept that nature is part of us, and that maybe we accept that there's more intention out there than our own, though when I was talking about it, that maybe the intention of the mushroom would simply be that it, survives, that it remains in time in the earth, and however it's spreading, and it's communicating. It has the network, the internet of communication and assistance to different plants. I talk about giving something substituting chlorophyll so that plants will come out with different colors. So there's a question about the colors, but the question of what it intends when the mind is affected versus some other kind of, what is it called, a lion's mane, I think actually enhances memory. So there are other experiments, but we're giving ourselves over, and I think we should, to the mushroom, and to nature in general, but maybe more so that the mushrooms have been controlling the world much more than we realize, and I'd like to express that in Mushroom Head as a musical, by the way. I do want to thank you. Thank you.
I need more visuals. I need the score.
Good. We're working on it.